morning. I'm Srilekha, Department of Chemistry. On the previous sections, I have discussed about the engineering polymers of nylon 66 and bakelite. So, with this, the formation of an engineering polymers, next we are going to see about the organic polymers, how the organic polymers can be converted from the monomer to a polymer. So, here the polylactic acid, the topic is polylactic acid. So the formation of a lactic acid is from only from the fermented from the starch, maize and corn with the sugarcane pulp and the sugar beet pulp. So with this, the sugar beet pulp and the sugarcane pulp, it can be fermented from the formation of a starch, which can be used in the formation of a with the removal of starch. It can be filtered by using a process to at the 200 degrees Celsius in the formation of a, it forms as a lactic acid. So with this, the starch preparation is considered for the monomer of lactic acid. So with this monomer, it can be converted to a polymer of polylactic acid. So it should be contains more formations of a lactic acid. Whenever it have the formation of types, it should be in the form of monomer. So with this, the sugarcane pulp corn rice, it is in the form of a powder. It can be easily converted and fermented by using in the form of lactic acid. So the monomer of a polyacid lactic acid is a lactic acid. The formula for lactic acid is CH the bond CH3 bond OH C double bond O OH. So this is the formula for a lactic acid. So whenever we have this formation of our lactic acid, under the polymerization reaction of 200 degrees Celsius, it converts the with the formation of a removal of water molecules. With the removal of water molecules with the H2O, it reacts with CH bond CH3 bond O with the C double bond O. It reacts as a polylactic acid with the repeating units of N molecule. So this is the formation preparation part of polylactic acid. It converts the formula of monomer with lactic acid under the polymerization reaction with 200 degrees Celsius. It forms as a polylactic acid with the removal of water molecules. So the process which combines to form the fermenting starch or the monomer. So whenever the properties of the polylactic acid, which is considered as, it should have the polylactic acid, it should be in light stiffness, strength, and based on this flexibility, softening to the smooth temperature. Whenever the temperature will have the same formula structures, it repeats in the form of a molecule structures. So the polylactic acid, it is based on the different form of a polymers in the based on the monomer. So previously we have discussed about this all polymers. It should have a different form of type of polymers. But the polylactic acid is mainly different from the other polymers because it is fermented the starch from the plants, corn, maize and the sugarcane pulp. So the properties which is based, it is have alkaline, tensile strength, it toughness and it has a more formation of a soluble in the form of a polymers. And the application we are using in this polymers, it is used in this industries based on this garment items and in the packing of materials and this based on this industry people they are using as well in the polymers manufacture of molded parts we are using in this squeeze bottles and water containers and in the wiring light in tiny properties. It is based on this formation of a monomer. So the polylactic acid is something that it should have many formations of the to ferment the plants. So whenever we have used the other combination of a polylactic acid, the polylactic acid in the form of a N, which converts the at the 200 degrees Celsius. So based on the why we are using the at the temperature of 200 degrees Celsius is considered as the fermentation of starch is a highly process while to convert the starch from the lactic acid. So the process is a very time duration process to convert as a monomer and which converts the polymer into a monomer. So the polymer with the lactic acid, it forms as a basic formations of the monomer. So here the polylactic acid which in the form of the products with the process product which is in the form of degree of polymerization to convert the lactic acid. So lactic acid is a mainly process which has a major parts of the polymers. So nowadays the organic polymers which is mainly uses of polymer is nothing but the polylactic acid. Thank you.